the last page. I never actually go through a whole thing.
Woo, woo, woo.
So that is my big celebration. Because usually, you know how sometimes journals, you're like, oh yeah, I got through like 15 pages, and then you just like get distracted in life for 5
Totally.
minutes more, and like,
Yes. Most journals.
did it, man. That's
Did it all the way through.
I do. And then I have a different journal here as well. So
That's great. Awesome. So Katie, congratulations. You have completed the Best Day Ever challenge. You are number 1 completer. You are challenger number 1 to complete. I will play some great sounds
thank you.
in the re-recording of this. So talk to me about the last week. When we started this week, your intention was to really stay positive when waking up and start with the end in mind. I know you just grabbed your journal. Talk to me, and we've been talking the last 10 minutes, but talk to me a little bit about how this week went for you and in relation to your goal.
Oh, so good. So this was a dense week. There was just a lot that went on in life.
Totally.
And I really loved forcing myself to be positive in the morning, and how it was like, it's nice when you recognize that, okay, like the value this is going to give me is much greater than like the 2 second of like, to get to actually
Totally.
do it, you know? Like,
Totally.
so I went explain it. I'm like, oh yeah, what am I grateful for? Yeah, okay, that's good. And then you go, you know, and like try to pick out a couple things. And you can always, I just learned, like, I can always identify something. It just takes a little bit of effort and just like mindfulness and awareness of it. So I really valued that, which was fun. And then I totally noticed a big difference with every conversation I had and everything I started. I was like, okay, what's the outcome here? What's the objective at play? What's the goal? And there's a lot about objectives this week, actually, which was really fun. And so that was just made it helpful to be like, okay, what am I getting out of this? And then knowing I'm naturally just carving a better path. So that was good. And then journaling at the end of the night was it was good. Sometimes it's hard because you're just like, oh, I'm tired, I just want to go to bed.
Totally.
Like, no, I really should just like, for my own sake, kind of just like log what's going on.
Recap.
Totally. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. So at the beginning of this challenge 14 days ago, your end goal was to establish a rhythm for yourself. Do you feel like you accomplished that, or do you feel like you got closer to that?
I feel like during this time, and I know we talked about it a couple of days ago, I learned that I sometimes got in the habit of asking the wrong questions and making the wrong assumptions for myself. And so my conclusion then is like, maybe it's not about having a perfectly structured morning routine.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just about having a better sense and having certain elements to my day that give me life versus being so structured. And if I don't follow that structure, then I'm a failure.
Totally.
So I definitely got a lot of value out of that. And I think it helped me reframe the mindset that I was having towards my initial goal, where I was like, oh, I just need a real morning routine because I have the hardest time sticking with it.
Right.
And like, I learned, it's like, you know what, that might not be for me because this is not my first rodeo of trying to do that.
Yeah. So it was like a completely different question you like to think about.
Totally. So it ended up just being like, maybe I do just need to shift the way I approach things and shift the way I start and the way I move forward. Have grace with myself in the process.
So it sounds like you had some clarity then.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice. What was the most valuable thing you took?
Of all the exercises?
Of everything, yeah.
Oh, many.
Many
they kind of blend together in a good way, you know. It's right. Like obviously connect. I really liked. I could tell you parts about it every day if you want me to, of what I liked about it. But basically, I liked starting with the
end in mind.
Yeah, the eulogy, and like really being like, wait, who do I want to be, and how am I building towards that each day, and like. And I liked it because it was less about like, oh, I want to be the person that finished that project in 2 weeks. And it's more about like, no, I want to be the person that has this emotional influence on the people around me and like this kind of broader aspect. So I really, really valued that, as well as the finer things with taking that principle and scaling it down, and to start with the end in mind. So what is this phone call about? What am I gonna, what's the objective here? And then also like the life-giving words and stuff. I actually ended up sharing that with several people this week, where I was like, hey, you're not using good language about yourself. You need to we need to talk about this, because
That's
that's
awesome.
not helping.
You're helping them out so much.
Oh, thank you. It felt good. It was like, wait, I recognize this now.
And before you didn't.
Not as much, because you can just kind of get in the habit of like, oh, negativity is normal.
Totally, right.
So.
It's just like what comes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Totally. I love that. So with that in mind, would you recommend this to other people to go through this?
Oh, absolutely. I think that this is such an awesome program that just gives us tools that we don't really know you need until you're like, oh, now I get why all of this connects, and I can't believe I did life before it.
So give me an example of something like that.
Sure. So I just think the tools of breaking the principles down, of like, how can I start with the end in mind? How can I make sure that I'm using life-giving words and the questions I'm asking are life-giving and actually setting me up for success, or am I enforcing subconscious limiting beliefs on myself? I really valued the tool of mid-process having the little questions that I now have on my wall of like, wait, let's reframe our mindset about certain things. And so I really enjoyed those tools, Jordan, on how to just move forward a little differently and kind of shift things that I didn't know could value shifting.
That's awesome. So cool. So cool. And what would you say then to someone who's on the fence to trying it?
I say, you know what, you guys, it is so easy to not do something.
Right.
It's always easier to not do something. It's always easier to like think you've got it all figured out and be like, no, I could probably accomplish whatever they're saying I'm going to learn on my own. But then you never give the effort to actually do it and to try and to open your eyes to what is out there. And that's why I think this is just such a unique opportunity. So if you are on the fence, I would say this is such a unique opportunity to see what has worked for some of the most incredibly successful people, in our lifetime, and what are just really valuable mindset shifts that we can have. And you won't know if you think you know it all. Like, you won't know if you're like, I'll probably be fine. It's like, well, you'll never know if you'd be better than fine.
Totally.
Trying something.
Right. That's awesome. So cool. Well, congratulations again. I'm so happy. I hope that you have something that you're going to take with the rest of your days. I know you will, because you've told me that you've got some great things out of it. So I'm so grateful for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for all your wisdom and your encouragement and support. And I'm excited for the journey ahead as well.
Yes, definitely.